Axis has just surrendered to the Allies, and Big Three is just signing the Treaty of Versailles to make sure that the war doesn't happen again. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, The World of Knowledge with Isham. And today, as I said, the Treaty of Versailles. This is just gonna be today's topic, so let's go into it. In January 1919, the leaders of the three winning parties met in a single place, Palace of Versailles. Versailles is a city near Paris. Now, when they met, they wanted to refrain the Germans and their allies to make them even more weaker than before. What decisions they made in the Treaty of Versailles? What were its advantages and what were its disadvantages? But before we go to the Treaty of Versailles, let's talk about the Big Three. Now, from the Big Three, we have three prime ministers of three different countries. Those prime ministers are from USA, UK, and France. Let me tell you the names also. For the president of USA was Woodrow Wilson, and the Prime Minister of Great Britain was David Lloyd George, and the Prime Minister of France was Georges Clemenceau. Now, all these three people had different perspectives. One wanted to make Germany weaker, that it cannot attack France, and obviously you've guessed it right, Georges Clemenceau. This whole that I stated before was his point of view of Germany, that Germany should be. Other countries just wanted to get some money from Germany, and that's it. Now, to the Treaty of Versailles. Number 1. Germany must pay for the war approximately £6,600, and Germany was not even able to afford that. Point number 2. Germany should have no air force, no submarines, just only a small navy and a small army. Just only that, not even aircrafts. And this was made to keep Germany at the weakest point that they had never imagined. Because at the time of the World War I, Germany had the biggest army your whole Europe had ever seen. If you haven't seen my previous video, the card. Point number 3. Germany has to hand over its colonies to Britain and France. USA was not in the favor of this, but still, yeah, they had to hand over the lands to the winning countries. And last but not the least, the new parts of the losing countries were cut into other countries. They were divided, and this was the main reason of the World War II. When the Big Three were deciding this whole Treaty of Versailles, there were no German, Austrian, Hungarian, or even Turks, so that they can view their own perspective. Obviously, both sides had lost a lot of men they needed or something, and also the Big Three had said that Germany started the war. Now, one of the Axis just started the war, but the war money was made to be paid by the Germans, and this led a very catastrophic environment in Germany. There were more money printed, meaning the German Reichsmark's value was going down to pay their money. Strict rules were not to be given, and the surrendering of Germany would not be so painful, then would the World War II be fought? That's the point to think. But before we go to before we end this video, I just want to do a little more things. I don't want it to be a short video. So, the League of Nations. Now the League of Nations was to be just like our UNO over here, United Nations Organization, but it was a complete failure because it didn't have its own army, and the League of Nations was made so that every country could just simply have an argument instead of fighting with each other in form of wars. And because of this, having no army meant they could not stop a war. Now, okay, they could not stop a war, but they had they had certain success in their career. So we cannot say it was a complete failure. Means it stopped the slave trading, which was very common in. So now, keeping all the catastrophic things of Germany aside, let's see how USA is the USA we see today, the largest, the richest country of all. We all know that as USA. Okay, man, you've developed a lot. But how did it develop? Now, as you remember, USA joined the war in the 1917, or maybe in the middle of 16th. They did not suffer a lot. Casualties, 100,000 men. Okay, that's a lot of casualties, but not as compared to Britain, France, and Germany over here. And because of this, they had much higher resources, so they can easily export, import, and grow their income, and that's what they did. Now, as you can see in these two pictures over here, first was before the World War One, and then down the picture which is situated right over here, down on the first picture, is after World War One. This was a total destruction of Germany, as we can see, from such a big country to such a small. And why am I saying this? Because Germany, also from one of its land, had Rhineland. There was a place known as Rhineland where no German troops or even Germans can go there. So, voila. So stay tuned for my next video about history, because I think there are going to be some extra topics between them. So thanks for watching, and if you haven't, thanks for watching my video, and if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe, like this video, and if you can, share, man, because sharing is caring. And bye bye.